What is up, Planeswalkers? There's 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps support the channel. Now today, we're doing something a little bit rushed. Why are we doing something a little bit rushed? Well, because I have a lot of things to do. And if I didn't do it in this exact period of time, I wouldn't be able to get a video out to you guys. And I want to get a video out. So, I haven't played any games with this deck. I literally went to MTG Goldfish, found a deck list that I thought was a little interesting, and I decided to import it into the game. So this is an Esper hero deck. It's kind of a mid-range deck that was a deck built by Brett Steele in a recent Mythic Championship thing that happened. I don't know, some crazy stuff. It did do incredibly well. I think it went 6-4, but that's reasonable enough, and I thought it was interesting enough that I decided to play it for you guys today. We're running 1 Spell Pierce in the main. There are plenty of reasons to play Duress. This is essentially the same sort of thing, except it's a little bit more reactive. For Hero of Precinct Ones, as you can see, other than that Spell Pierce and the other Hero of Precinct Ones, everything in the deck is multicolored, so we're going to be getting a lot of sweet value advantage from Hero. 1 Lazav. This is fantastic for being able to get like a Thief of Sanity out of the bin. You could get something like a hero. That said, it doesn't enter the battlefield, so that is something that you will need to know. We're running a force 4 Thought Erasures because you want to make your opponent discard a specific thing. 2 Deputy of Detention, really flexible removal, and it is a creature, so we can attack with it, and it's multicolor, so it works with our hero. 4 Thief of Sanities, because we like stealing things from our opponents, because it's fun. 2 Dovin Grand Arbiter. This is going to work really nicely with the number of creature tokens we're going to be getting. We're going to be having a really wide board, so that +1 is going to probably get us to the ultimate very soon. And of course, its -1 is still decent, getting us a little bit of life and a nice blocker. 4 Mortifies. It destroys like everything we need in the standard right now, except I guess Planeswalkers, but hopefully we're not going to have to deal with those that much. 2 Disinformation Campaigns. We are running a decent amount of Surveil in the Lazav and the Thought Erasure. So having Disinformation Campaign, even if we don't plan on chaining them, it is just another nice way of getting some advantage over your control opponents. 4 Basilica Bell-Haunt. Now, I was really surprised by this card being a 4 in the deck, and that's exactly why I decided to play this one over a couple of the other ones I skimmed. Now, Basilica Bell-Haunt is a 4-mana 3/4, and you might be saying that's not very good, especially considering it's white, black, but it forces your opponent to discard, and it gains you life. Now, the discard is very helpful against control and midrange. The life is okay against the mid-range decks, but the discard and the life gain are both fantastic against aggro decks because you're forcing them a little bit out of steam with the discard, and you're gaining a little bit of life back, so hopefully this will help you stabilize a lot. And because it is a 3/4, it's going to be relatively hard for your opponents to kill, with their normal means of doing so being 3 damage removal. Of course, there is Lava Coil in the format right now, but if it's a super heavy aggressive deck, they aren't necessarily going to be playing Lava Coils. 2 Hostage Takers, because as I said, we like to steal things and make them ours, and it's nice. 2 Teferis. Yeah, I know I'm playing Teferi, but I literally took a stock deck, did no practice with it, because I have very little time, but I do it all for you. And plus, it's not Esper Control. It is meant to be more of an Esper mid-range deck. As you can see, there aren't actually very many instant speed cards that we can play with Teferi. Teferi, I consider that in this deck a lot more of just a nice draw engine, as opposed to something that's meant to really dominate our opponent. So that's kind of how I see it. And of course, Discovery as another Surveil card, and Dispersal being a fantastic card to force away things like Carnage Tyrants and things like that. But the Surveil 2 and Draw card is very helpful in a deck where you just want to be able to get exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Yes, that was a song reference. This is our mana base. As you can see, everything produces either white or black in some amount, but we do have a little bit more black than we do white, as you can see here and here. We're running 25 lands. Even though this is just a mid-range deck, we do want to make sure we hit all of our land drops, because we really want to be able to go, turn 2, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, etc., etc. So we want to make sure we're hitting all of those land drops. And of course, I will talk about the sideboard after the games. Now, as I've said, I have not practiced with this deck at all. So I'm really interested in seeing how this goes. Yes, I'm wearing a scarf. It is really warm today, but I had to go outside. I wanted to wear a scarf. Sue me. Or don't. This hand is bad. We're going second, which is nice, but this hand is bad. This hand is better. I think I just want to make sure I can get to 3. We're going second, which means that the Spell Pierce might be okay, but I'd rather just get the lands. That is a fantastic pickup because we can cast the Thought Erasure, which is going to be nice. We can get something out of the way that we really don't want to see, and it allows us to set up for our following turn by surveilling, so very helpful. Green, okay, that's interesting. Evolving Wilds into a basic, well, obviously they need to get basic, but Evolving Wilds into a green when you have Llanowar Elves in the deck already seems a bit strange to me. It seems like this is the type of person, is this Elves? No, it's Dragons. Oh, it might be like 5-color Dragon or something. Well, let's go ahead and Thought Erasure and see what we're working against. Okay, it's Dragons of some sort. Dragon Egg I don't actually care about coming down because we don't run board wipes. I think, honestly, even though they're not necessarily super likely to be able to cast it anytime soon, I think that Nicobolus is the strongest threat here. Oof. Part of me wants to do this to keep that on top, but I'd rather just dig further to make sure I can hit my land drops. Because even with just one more land, right, my opponent's not putting up a lot of pressure on us, so we can start, you know, activating Dovin Bond. I could even just Deputy of Detention this, but I don't necessarily need to. Lands, fantastic. And we're going to go ahead and I think play this for a Dovin here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. My opponent could put out like this or something, but it's not something that I can really do anything with. So we're going to go ahead and put out Dovin, and we'll -1 because it holds down the fort. The reason I'm not deputing here is because I would much rather deputy an actual, like, dragon or something. Even though, you know, we have Mortifies and things like that. I want to be able to get Dovin out. Incredibly rude. But seeing now that they're, you know, kind of screwed on lands, well, now I kind of just want to play the Bell-Haunt. If they have another Spit Flame, the Bell-Haunt's pretty bad, but, like, Bell-Haunt. I think I'm going to try and find this and have this be the art of the thumbnail today, because gosh dang it, I just love it. Oh, it was another Spit Flame. Good to know. So yeah, they would be able to play Bolas here if I let them keep it. My assumption is they're going to go ahead and just play the Spark Tongue Dragon. But I can kill that with Mortify. Do I plus here on the Dovin? Possibly. Oh, you know what? They should actually play Dragon Egg so they can get back Spit Flame. Yeah. I do think that was correct. This way they can get back a Spit Flame. I could Deputy that, I guess. Possibly. Do I want a Discovery? Yeah, I'll Discovery. Let's see what I can get here. I don't need 2 more lands. I think I just want the Isolated Chapel. This is possibly madness, but I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. The Mortify is a nice permanent solution, and I don't care about them using Spit Flame to get back a Dragon Egg, right? Like, that's not something I care too much about at all. So Dovin will go up to 4, even if they use their Llanowar Elf to put it back down to 3. That's, you know, wasting their ability to play a really impactful dragon. They go ahead and Spit Flame. Fair, fair. Ooh, bad tap from, Oh, no, they needed that, yeah. We don't really want to give them a token. It can only deal 3 damage total.
There is elegance in simplicity.
I guess I'll wait a little bit. Sure. Nah, I don't need to attack yet. Must constantly check the time. Do you have the time to listen to me whine to something something I don't know the words? Cool, Dragon Sword. I can't blow that up for what it's worth. A lot of Mortifies though. A lot of Mortifies. Just gonna attack with both. Sure. If they block... Okay, I was about to say, that seems like a weird block with Llanowar. Yeah, you get a dragon, I don't care. Not gonna lie, I did kind of forget about that. Whoops. For some reason, I thought Dragon's Horde was, when a non-token enters. Yeah, I mean, I got Mortifies. My assumption is they're going to play Lathless here. And then Lathless shall die. Or actually, I'll probably just kill the adorable little dragon. And then kill Lathless on my turn since I have so many Mortifies. Well, that's just incredibly rude. Bye. Have a beautiful time. Sure? What? That makes no sense. Why? Why would you spit flame there? You could have cast a Lathless. I guess he really doesn't want my Dovin to ult? That's a strange play in my opinion. Because my Dovin's gonna go to 7 next turn. I guess the plan is Spark Tongue?
Things that matter.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he needs 1 more mana to Spark Tongue Dragon. Just very confused by my opponent here. Alright, there's the Lathless. Which is good for me because Dovin can ult. Don't care. Don't care. Feel free to put it back in your hand. So I'm really greedy. So part of me wants to plus Dovin instead. But I know I probably shouldn't. I should probably just -7. Yeah, I'm greedy. I'll -7. Or I'm whatever. Well, I can get another Dovin. Get another Bell-Haunt. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think the plan is Dovin, Bell-Haunt, Discovery. Yeah, Dovin, Bell-Haunt, Discovery. Thank you very much. I can play this Dovin. Get another counter. Plus this. Attack for 3, putting him back to 7. And putting my opponent down to 5. Alright, and we'll end, because we have a Mortify in hand, and we do not care. We do not care in the slightest. This game, not gonna lie, is taking longer than I expected. But I guess this is kind of an incremental advantage style of deck, so. So they should be able to Spark Tongue now. Or you're just going to cast another Dragon's Horde. That doesn't... But why? But actually, why? Why? You didn't draw first? You should have drawn first. Oh, you have 4 mana. You can Spit Flame the 3/4. I guess. But I can still -7 again. Okay, but you can't pay for it. You're dead now. Why? Why did you do this? You could have played Spark Tongue Dragon and, like, hit something of mine. And I think you'd still have... Yeah, you still have Llanowar Elf untapped. Ah. Alright, my opponent's dead. They're real dead. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm still in gold rank 2 or 3 or something like that, so... What is it? Gold. Okay, so I'm still in gold tier 3. So it's not like I'm playing against the best of the best. I do need to... I mean, this month, like, this season, I can't make that. But I do want to try and grind, not the mythic, because I don't have the time for that. Going against fake dead mouse. Yeah, I don't have the time to grind all the way up there, but I'd like to get to at least diamond, hopefully platinum. Whichever one is second. We're going second. Yeah, I'll keep it. I'll keep it because, like, we have 2 3-drops, 2 2-drops, so, like, fudge. Please be Drakes. Please be Drakes. Please be Drakes. It's not Drakes. Oh, kill me. Kill me. Oh, good. No, that's fine. I just haven't drawn any lands in the last few turns, and this is gonna get essence captured because they didn't have exactly the thing that they needed. I'm so surprised. I hate this deck. Also, I'm running 25 lands, and I was going second. I don't think I should have mulliganed that hand. This is gonna get counterspelled. Looks like it tokens, so we can still possibly race them. So, I mean, that's a thing. So this is going to put them down to 16. I'm going to go down to 9. Then they're going to go down to 4, 6 to... Oh, wait, 14. I can do math. To 8. I guess technically, as of right now, I win this race. But I need them to play literally, like, nothing else. Oh, look, it's Tempest Djinn. And they probably have a counterspell up. And, alright, I literally have to Deputy of Detention their Tempest Djinn, I suppose. Which they're probably just going to sack the Storm Tamer too. But at least my Hero of Precinct One got up. Okay, so... This resolved, but my opponent is, like, already looking for their Siren. And the correct thing to do is use Siren. They didn't use Siren. I think that was incredibly incorrect. Because if they use Siren, I wouldn't be dead next turn, but I'd be damn near it. Alright, so I think that misplay by my opponent is what is going to win me the game. Frankly. That was an awful mistake, and they might now be seeing that. Got there. And that's why you don't concede unless you know for a fact you've lost. Because I was real close to conceding that game. Alright, we're 2 for 2. Let's roll in another game as I drink more from my apple juice. Because it's so good. I had to buy more. Wow, just playing against nothing but celebrities today. Up against Tommy Lee Jones. Going second, which is not great, but we have a good hand, which is good. Should I have said great? Yes. Did I do it? No. 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 No! Alright. Basilica Bell-Haunt helps. I really don't want to take damage for this Hero of Precinct One, though. Because it's probably just going to die to a shock anyway. I guess that's a shock that's not going to my face, and I have to use it. Ugh, I don't know. I will, if I get a chance, I'm going to Mortify a Steamkin. Believe you me. Okay, Pyromancer. Not too terrible. I think I kind of have to play out the Hero of Precinct 1 next turn. So we're just going to do it and be sad about it. It's possibly going to die, but, you know, if it dies to a shock or even something that deals 3 damage, that's kind of fine. If not, I'm absolutely blocking all day. Firebrand. Alright. Shock it. Yeah, okay. So I functionally still, like the damage I took from that shock is functionally mitigated. The damage that I didn't take from the shock is mitigated that. Fudge. I really don't want to pay 2 life. But doing nothing, I think, is just worse, right? Like, if they get 1 more spell into the yard, then these are all larger. I could campaign that from their hand. I would draw a card. Hopefully that card would help me cast Bell-Haunt without actually paying life. So I think it's between Disinformation Campaign and Dovin. Dovin kind of mitigates a lot, especially if they want to attack Dovin. So I think I will go ahead and use Dovin instead of the Disinformation Campaign. because it mitigates that somewhat. Fanatical Firebrand might ping down the Thopter, which is, you know, 1 damage that I'm not going to be taking over the course of several turns. Risk factor, I will go ahead and... So those would be 2, 4, 6. So I really don't want to go down to 6 because I'd be dead, so I have to decline that. So let's see if my opponent uses Firebrand. Yes, it looks like they do. Okay. Ow, ow. I can play Bell-Haunt to go back to, what, 7? Going down to 4 here. You should kill Dovin. You should kill Dovin. Okay. So luckily I'm actually only going to 6, so I'll be back up to 9. But I'll actually be at 7 because I need to use my Godless Shrine. So this is probably just a match we're going to lose. Darn you, Shocklands. I mean, we needed it. You know, that was a good hand. Going up against Mono Red with that hand was not the best. And it's entirely because we didn't have a single tap land, or buddy land, or whatever you want to call them, instead. Of course, I think my internet might have dropped a little for my computer, which is never nice. Fudge. Yep, I'm, crap. Alright, let's see how fast I can reconnect. Please connect me to the internet, please. Why do you hate me? Okay, that was strange. Alright, I should be reconnected now. Cool. Alright. I assume it's gonna be, like, my turn, and I'm, like, roping right now. Yep, okay, Glacial Fortress. No! I didn't have the thing! God damn it, I didn't play the thing right! I'm so mad! I'm so actually mad. God damn it. I mean, I had no timeouts left, so I literally had to act fast. So I just didn't notice that. Alright, and we're just dead anyway. Alright, that's frustrating as hell. Why are we at 6, though? Were we at 6? I don't know. I might have missed it. Alright, 1 loss. This is going to be probably the last game, depending, of course, on how fast I lose. Sorkinho? I don't know. Ooh. This is a yikes from me, Captain. We have nothing to do until turn 3, and we're going second, which makes me really think this is an awful hand. We have lands and we have spells. I'll keep it. No, I mulliganed, but I'm actually happy that I did because I got a better hand. Not again. Please not mono blue. Come on, I don't need this twice. All right, I've suffered enough. All right, so we have turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. But this is probably mono blue, so I'd rather just gouge out my eyes. It's Drakes! Oh, thank you. Thank you for being a Drakes player. We're gonna go ahead and play at the Hallowed Fountain. I swear I hear things. Terrible, terrible things. I don't trust my opponent, so I'd rather just Mortify at the end of their turn instead of just, like, giving them the counterspell on Dovin. Now, let me just make sure. I would need to play Thingamajig. I would need to play Watery Grave next turn if I want to play Bell-Haunt. Okay, something to keep in mind. Alright. Bin some things, pass to attackers. Go ahead and just Mortify this now. They might, like, dive down, but I'm totally fine with that. Oh, just Spell Pierce? I'm fine with that. Do I want to Dovin? Let's see. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, which means this costs 4. So my opponent could make this larger, but that would cost them their entire turn. So I think I do want to go ahead and play Dovin instead of the Bell-Haunt. Now I don't have to take any life. I can have a blocker for this. Of course, my opponent could easily shock it or something. But it also leads to me possibly being able to play Teferi next turn, which isn't helpful since I don't have counterspells, but is helpful because I have a threat against their deck. So it looks like they are searching for land, which doesn't make sense because I dropped a land here. They're searching for a red source because they have Crackling Drakes and they need it. Yeah, the fact that they binned both of those instead of like keeping the shock to deal with my stuff definitely shows that they're trying to get another red source. So let us go ahead and play out Chapel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, okay, so they can Terramander at instant speed. They can Terramander at instant speed. I think I'm going to bait that. I'm probably not going to fall for it, but... Nope. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cast Teferi first. Sure. See if this gets spell pierced. No, it doesn't. That is very good. I will go ahead and just draw. Because I need some gas. I need some gas. We'll go minus again here. We have a blocker, but our opponent possibly has another shock. Got there. Alright, that was what, 75%? Yeah, I mean, that was fine. What are we at? Let's play another game. I'm gonna regret this. Oh man, I have so much stuff to do, guys. It is redonkulous. Being a grad student is a job. Devil666, someone here is edgy. Also, why are you playing Jace as Devil666? This hand's fine. We have double Thought Erasure. Going second's not great, but the double Thought Erasure means that we can surveil things and help out our mana issues, as well as the fact that we're going second, so it's less likely that we're going to be stuck on things. Blue-green, my assumption is Teamer. Teamer monsters, Teamer, like, counters, I'm not sure which. Oh, it's Sultai. Yay. They didn't erase me, so I will erase them and see what we're working with. They might counter. So they do counter. So they're playing Sultai Control, I guess, which is definitely interesting. So I could just play another Dovin, but honestly, I would rather still try and see what we're working with here. Growth Spiral, okay. What? Okay, so this is Sultai Control. Yeah, all right. The Contempts are a little unfortunate. I don't have a great way of dealing with Carnage Tyrant, so I think I'm... Okay, 4 out of 5 wins. Not bad, considering I literally picked up this deck and have not actually played with it until now. So let's look at the sideboard real quick. We have 2 Duresses, obviously because we like to make discard happen to control. We have 1 Fungal Infection. I assume that this is for those super aggressive decks like Mono Red and Mono Blue that we've seen. Not only does this kill one of their creatures, most likely, but it also gives you a nice blocker to go with it. So that's very helpful. For example, you can Fungal Infection a Gita Lava Runner and go ahead and block that, and as long as they don't have the extra power from having instant sorceries in the graveyard, you can block that and still keep your Sapperling around to block another day. 3 negates, because we want to say no to very certain things. 2 cast downs, when you need to bring in a little bit more removal, probably mostly you're going to bring this in against the mid-range strategies that have sizable creatures that you do want to make sure that you can get rid of. 2 more Deputy of Detentions. I assume that these actually come in against probably just mid-range and control. Whenever you know your opponents are going to be playing a lot of permanents that you want to really catch all of them, Deputy of Detention is very helpful with that. Maybe you can bring this against aggro because of the fact that it does block decently, but I think honestly it's best against mid-range and control. Set of the Wreckage, fantastic against super aggressive strategies, especially ones that go wide like Mono White, so that's nice to have. Kaya's Wrath, even the fact, honestly, that we make so many tokens with Hero of Precinct One, and that even if we have just 1 hero, it will trigger off of cast of Kaya's Wrath, so we'll get that extra life, which is really nice. But this is a fantastic card for us, because even though it comes down a little bit later than something like Cry of the Carnarium, we get to destroy all the creatures, and we do enable a bit of life gain on our part. So it's not too bad if we have some sort of board, because we're going to be getting something out of it. And of course, 2 Lyra Dawnbreakers, because she gains life and she's a big fat angel. that's pretty much it. You will notice that a large number of these cards in the sideboard aren't actually multicolored, so that is something that you will need to consider when you're trying to think of what exactly you're bringing in and out, because that will it will decrease the amount of value you can get from Hero of Precinct One. So that is something to be aware of, and we're going to go ahead and buy a pack, and we're going to buy... What pack are we going to buy? We're going to buy a random-ass pack of Ixalan. Why a random-ass pack of Ixalan? I don't know. But that is what I decided on a whim, because apparently today's a day of whims. Now, that was a speedy video, 30 minutes, 5 games, mostly. Yeah, I don't know. It was fun. Now I have to, like, go do a bunch of things, but I would like to, of course, thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Zaraga, and Croft, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the channel, you'll find links to that down in the description below, along with links to the Discord server, where we chat and play games. A lot of people right now are talking about Pokemon, the new Generation 8 spoilers and things like that, as well as my Aether Hub account, where I host all of my deck lists, and I will host this one as well. And you should also check out Tyler Walpole's art. He is an artist who has done a fantastic job depicting, at this point, I think it's just been Aceres, Reg, and now Vaquero, and my gosh, he made Vaquero look perfect. So definitely check out his stuff. I do hope you all enjoyed this speedy, like, whim video. If you did, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, and pass the turn and the video to some of your friends. And until next time, all will be one.